Hi there and welcome to a new video. In this one I want to discuss Godot versus Unity in 2025. This is not going to be like an outdated video or just a video that will always compare the exact same things that probably you already know. We will still go over them if you don't know them, but the main focus of this video is going to be on what happened in 2024 and what we can actually expect in 2025 and the following years. So first of all, I want to take a quick look at the growth of both of these engines. So here we have a 2024 graphic of the game engines used to create more than 10,000 GMTK Game Jam games. So the GMTK Game Jam is an online event held annually in which people basically create games. And well, here you can see the amazing growth that Godot has had. It has over 37% of games were created with this engine, and Unity 43. And even though Unity does have the majority of it, take into account that Godot is an engine that has been existing for just the last couple years, and Unity has existed for something like 20 years or even more. So well, of course, the future that Godot has is quite interesting in terms of growth. And it's also happening today. And here there's also a graphic that shows the evolution of this. So for example, in 2020, this blue line is from Godot. As you can see, in 2020, there was something something like 17% of games created with Godot, and you can see how this graphic is always going up, okay, until reaching the same 37 that we had in 2024. But take a look at the amazing jump that was from 2023, from a 20% usage to over 40%, so double the amount. And with Unity, it was quite the same until 2023. That, as you can see, dropped over 20 points, which we could say that we're directly going to Godot, because when Unity went down, Godot actually went up. Now, of course, there are like different reasons why this actually happened, but I want to briefly go over their community and open source nature. So first of all, Godot is open source. It means that their actual source, their code that has been used in order to create the program, is completely free and out there public for anybody to download it and modify it. And basically, Godot is maintained by the community with donations, and it's mostly updated by directly volunteers, okay? Now, also, there has been a Twitter drama with Godot in the last few months, actually before the GMTK Game Jam took place. And I actually put it between in question marks, because well, for some people this literally meant nothing, this kind of Twitter post. But well, what actually happened is like after this Twitter post, a lot of people have been banned for expressing different opinions or for just commenting things that the Godot community manager didn't like. And also then when they actually wanted to like say sorry for the actual situation, for some people they were just like trying to wash their hands off what happened. So well, once again, for some people, this meant completely switching to other engine or not being happy anymore with Godot, and for others, this literally meant nothing. Now, in Unity, the open source nature is the opposite. It is closed source, so basically it is managed by a company that doesn't have like donations. It has paid workers, and it makes its revenue because it does have some licenses and things behind, because well, something that I have not mentioned, because I suppose that you already know, Godot is completely free. You can make millions out from your game and you wouldn't have to pay 1 penny if you didn't want to, whereas Unity, if you're actually making money, you would have to pay for a license. And actually in 2024, something good, let's say, that happened is that they cancelled the runtime fee. So basically what happened is that they actually cancelled this fee on September the 12th. That was basically a fee implemented something like 1, 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago. I don't exactly remember when, but after it was implemented, it was shortly cancelled, because what basically happened is that they implemented this runtime fee that basically means that every time that the game was being downloaded, the developer would be charged something like 0.1, 0.2 cents of dollars, I don't remember, and do something huge, because a lot of people were asking, okay, how could Unity actually keep track of the actual downloads? What would happen if the user just uninstall and install over the project over again with the bot or wherever to basically sabotage the company. And basically the answers of Unity were, okay, yes, we have everything under control to prioritize the well-being of everybody with our own security tools, whatever. But well, for a lot of people, this literally meant nothing. And well, it was actually like a huge failure. So they had to cancel it as soon as possible. But well, at least they were able to compensate for their errors. They were actually able to deal with it. And well, for some people, Godot screwed up, of course, less than Unity, but they didn't even said sorry or anything like that. So they didn't directly deal with the problem. And I really want to mention this because in the Godot side, the community is everything. As I mentioned, Unity is closed source and Godot is open source. So Godot heavily relies on the community. So if there are problems with the community, there will be problems with the engine because it is not going to be updated. The new features may not be what we expect, whatever. And on the other hand, in Unity, the community is who are actually paying for the licenses and who are actually creating games with it and making money out of it, which would also make money for the company itself. So in both cases, the community and the community management is super important for the present and also the future of the engine. That's why I really want to point these things out. Now, next, I want to talk about the updates a little bit faster. So Godot, it is a smaller engine, so it can be more frequently updated. So it is updated something every 7-15 days, even less, even more. But while Unity, it is less usually updated because it is just bigger. And they usually take months, even years to release a new Unity version. In this case, in 2024, Unity 6 was launched. And well, until right now, there haven't been a lot of months of testing, but I have tested myself. I have also heard what other people said. And on balance, they say that it was quite good and what they have expected. Once again, two different models. If you always love having constant updates, well, Godot has this. And Unity doesn't, but it has less frequent updates, but bigger ones, okay? Now, in terms of laziness, I want to talk about the things that you probably have already heard of. So in terms of Godot, its programming language, JavaScript, is usually said to be beginner-friendly and much easier than what you may find on Unity. The hierarchy system is based in nodes, okay? So every single thing that you want is a node nested inside of other nodes, okay? And the UI itself is a little bit simpler, more beginner-friendly. In general, Godot is said to be one of the easiest engines, or at least much easier than Unity, for you to know. And well, of course, this can vary depending on every single developer, but most of us agree that Godot is much easier. And there is a good amount of information available, maybe not as much as with Unity, but the catalog of tutorials courses has grown a lot in the past few years. And what we also have to acknowledge is that it is a much newer engine from something like 2014. Now in Unity, the programming language is meant to be more complex because it uses C#, it's a much older language that has other usages besides game development. And the hierarchy system is game objects. I am not going to dig any deeper into the difference exactly between these two, because this would take a whole video, but if you have actually tested both of them, you will understand what I mean. Once again, the hierarchy system of Godot using nodes is meant to be easier, okay, than the hierarchy system of game objects of Unity for different reasons, okay. And the UI, even though it is not rocket science, it is said to be more complicated than the super beginner-friendly interface of Godot. And then here a huge point for Unity is that it has huge amounts of information available. And when I mean huge, I mean literally huge, because it is the industry standard. So there, people have been creating tutorials for Unity for more than a decade, whereas Godot has tutorials that you can actually use and that are good quality from just 2-3 years ago. So when you're a beginner, you really need tutorials and information and whatever. So well, Godot, you will be able to learn it a lot. There are a lot of resources, but Unity has even more. And as I was mentioning, because Unity is much older, from something like 2005. Now, the number of jobs. This really depends on what you want to do. If you want to either be an indie developer to work just in a small studio with some friends or people that you know, or if you're actually like wanting to apply for some kind of job and find a job in a formal company. So in terms of Godot, they are super limited. I have been applying for jobs related to the game development area for the last 2-3 years, and I think that I've only came across 2 or 3 Godot related opportunities, whereas in Unity I've found over 100 or even more. So basically, Godot is mostly used for indie development or in small teams. It is not something that you're going to be using in a huge studio. Even though there are studios that are switching to it or that have actually used Godot to create outstanding games, the catalog is much more limited. But Unity has a large number of jobs. Why? Because it is the industry standard, so it's what the studios have been using for over 1 decade or more. So I would say that Unity is the best option to look for a formal, let's say, job in an established company. So this really depends on your objectives. Now, the last point that I want to discuss is the power. And this is something subjective, but Godot is meant to have a pretty good 2D. Also, it is said that its 2D workflow is even better than the one that you may find in Unity because of the things that I mentioned before, the node system, the programming language, the interface, etc. And it has good 3D. 3D things have been created with Godot that look amazing, but well, it is enough, okay? But not if you want to create something super realistic and huge. For that, you would have to use Unity or even Unreal. So Unity has also this performance 2D, maybe not as easy as Godot, as we have mentioned, and the 3D is powerful. It is not huge as Unreal, but it is much more powerful than what you may find in Godot. But it is more than enough to create good looking and even realistic games if you don't want to actually like create the new GTA or something like that. And lastly, I want to show you here these videos. Let me try to play them. There we have them. And these basically are showreels of the games made with both Godot and Unity. You can see that indeed in Unity we will find much more 3D games, much more complex games than what you may find in Godot. Of course, there, for example, in Godot we are seeing a 3D game that has interesting mechanics and whatever, but well, you can find that indeed in Unity much more 3D and more complex things were created. This doesn't mean that you can't create these things in Godot, but it may take more effort, maybe the graphics, you're going to be a little bit more limited. But well, you can judge for yourself these kinds of things. So what is the conclusion that I can mention here? There are 2 different tools, but they are both great, okay? So whichever you start with is going to be a good choice depending on your needs. If you want to actually find a formal job, do not start using Godot because it is going to be mostly impossible. If you want to create a realistic 3D game, don't use any of them. For that, use Unreal. I mean, like a super graphic thing that has tons of things. So start thinking of game engines as tools. That's basically what they are. And you have to use the one that will fit your needs and what you like the most, okay? So that's what you have to think of any engine, okay? So I hope that I was able to help a little bit with your decision, and I hope we can see each other in the next one. Bye bye.